Hey guys, it's Jumping Donut, and today I will show you how to fix your broken prop shaft on your Hobbyzone Champ. The parts you will need are a prop shaft. It looks like this, and in the bag that it comes in you also get the end piece that screws on. I got that from Hobbytown, USA. I'll put the part number in the description. You also need a propeller. I got mine in a 2-pack. It also comes with spinners that go on the tip. But that's all the parts you'll need. For tools, you'll need a X-Acto knife, or scissors will work, but they'd have to be like really thin scissors. You also need some needle nose pliers. To begin the fix, you'll take your X-Acto knife and you'll see tape in these places, here, here, and then here. You can either peel it off, but that it gets rid of the paint. As you can see, I did that before and it got rid of the paint. So the best option is just to cut through it, and then you can just tape over it again. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of tape, well, 3 pieces of tape on each side, and then this one holds the fuselage down. So cut all those off. Okay, now that you have removed the tape around the edge of the plane, you can lift the fuselage and wing off to expose the innards of the plane. So to replace this shaft here, you're going to want to grab your needle nose pliers, and you're going to want to grab this piece right here with your needle nose pliers, and you're going to want to twist the gear while holding this clear piece. You're going to want to twist it this way, so that's clockwise, while holding this, and then you should be able to grab it with the pliers and just pull it off. So what you want to do is just grab it right there. Make sure you're not grabbing anything else but just that little piece, and you want to twist it like so. And it's almost off. And there you go. And you may want to save this piece in case you lose the one you just bought or something else happens. Okay, now that you have that done, you're gonna notice that your gear won't be able to slip off unless you cut around this this foam right there. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your X-Acto knife and just make a big enough hole so you can slip that gear through there. Okay, as you can see, I cut a little hole in there, and there's the piece I cut out, and you can just slip that out. And what I'm probably going to do is take an orange marker and just color over that so it doesn't look so white with all the other plain orange. Okay, now that you've got your shaft off, you're going to want to remove this plastic gear to put on your new shaft. So what you're going to want to do is get your needle nose pliers and just grab it firmly on there and just twist it and pull it off. Okay, so next you want to take your new prop shaft that you bought and take the gear that you took off the old prop shaft, and you want to take some super glue, and what you're going to do is stick some super glue on that bumpy part of the shaft all the way around, and be careful not to get any past this little bump, because that's where the axle is going to be spinning, and if you get some on there, then it won't spin, it'll grind against the shaft. So what you want to do is just take it and just put it all around there, and then quickly before it dries, slip your shaft onto there. And you may have to press it against the table like that, but that's in there. And let that dry. Okay, now that you've got the glue dry on your gear, you're going to want to take your propeller, you're going to want to stick it or thread it into the threads on the gear shaft. To tell which way is front on the propeller, you'll notice that this side is rounded right here, and this side's just flat. This is your front, the rounded side. So you stick the flat part of the propeller going towards the gear. To stick it on there, you grab your needle nose pliers, and I found my better pair, so that's why I'm using these, because they have ridges. But you're going to want to grab it here, and this is really important not to scar up this. Well, it's not too important, but try not to scar up the shaft right here, but grip that firmly and insert your prop on and just spin it on, and don't go past the threads on here, just up to the threads. And that looks good. Okay, now that you have your propeller assembly done, you want to stick it inside the gearbox and make sure that your propeller isn't scraping on the foam, and make sure it's not too close, and if it is, just screw your propeller out a little bit more. And now that you have this done, you need to take your end piece, if I can find where mine is. There it is. So you're going to want to take your end piece and grab it with the needle nose pliers. You're going to want to hold it there with the needle nose pliers, and you can get it started with your hand a little bit. You just want to hold it right there and just spin the propeller and screw it in. If you're having trouble screwing this on, I found it easy to just push it in a little bit to get it started in there, and then you can just grab it and screw it in. And make sure that the propeller can spin freely. Don't make it so tight, but make it tight enough so that your propeller will not move when you tug on it. Okay, now that you've finished your repair, all you have to do is stick on the other half of the fuselage and make sure it's lined up, and then just tape it back into place. Okay, now that you've finished your repair, you're going to want to test it. So plug in your battery and turn on your transmitter, then plug in your battery, and then test the motor. So mine sounds like it's working pretty good, so I'm gonna go fly this, and I hope you enjoyed my repair video, and I hope you learned how to repair yours. So thank you for watching.